Hey everyone, welcome back again to the Sage Executive Podcast. My name is Fernando Corona, one of the co-hosts, and with us today is a special guest. We're going to hop right to it. Question number one, can you share in a few sentences who you are and what you do?
My name is Mark Michael, 37 years old, CEO, co-founder of DevHub.com here in Seattle, Washington. 154 brands use DevHub to build a lot of websites all over the world.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, definitely want to chat with you afterwards. What's the best thing about being a leader? Question number two.
Best thing about being a leader is, probably the classic, response of, seeing a team execute on a vision that you have for, them as well as the company.
Yeah. Anything.
By the way, that took almost, probably 17 years to get to that point, but nonetheless. Yeah.
Internally or externally? What do you mean? Like with the team or with yourself?
All of it. Yeah. It's all connected. Leadership, it's a whole nother, we can talk about that one forever, but it's a very hard thing to tell people about. I know that, there's books and things that people can take bits and pieces from, but unless you're actually in it, it's very hard to listen to anything, So I don't know.
Because you actually have to put it into practice.
Yeah, you got to do. I'm going to build the greatest team of all time. You don't think I've been trying to do that for 17 years? I've been in the game since I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
It's just I wish it was that easy. You just hire somebody, they love it, they're all about it. All this stuff. There's a lot of things. Also you got to make money. You got to keep the lights on. There's a million things. But as you grow, you get to those places of learning where you're like, oh shit, that's what maybe that person meant, 2 years
way
ago.
Way back when.
That podcast or that book or that whatever. In the meantime, you just got to stay in your lane and just not get distracted. But yeah.
Awesome. All right. Question number three. I hear from other execs, there's just a ton of different strategies in client acquisition. What are your thoughts or what have you found works for you guys?
Again, for us, it's just kind of this relentless push. I always say we're not hurting anybody. It's freaking marketing and sales. If someone wants to get upset over an email or a call or whatever, or it's you're hounding them too much, I genuinely don't give a shit, because at the end of the day, I just feel you would never reject me to my face if you met me, because I'm just a fellow good human, not trying to hurt anybody. It's a freaking email. So my advice is you just got to keep pushing. Every single deal has been a no before it was a yes. So it's I just never get caught up in the, why aren't we doing, just all the negative shit that goes on. I tell everyone I live in the land of no and I love it, so I can really, yeah.
No, it makes sense.
Somewhere there's an answer.
No, it makes sense, because at the end of the day, what you're saying is you have something that is going to help someone. Yeah. So you're doing them a service, and for the people that take you up on it, then they're the lucky.
They're all my best friends.
Yeah, and
they're all literally they're all every one of our customers. We haven't lost a customer in almost 8 years, and counting. And ask a reference from any one of our customers. Be like, how is DevHub as a company? And I always tell them it's not a logo, it's not a name, it's Mark, it's Daniel, it's Willow, it's Patricia, it's all the people that are here that make up the company. So it's anyway, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So then going on that, what piece of sage advice would you give to other execs?
If you execs is kind of a weird word for any other co-founder or founder out there, or at least in that very, I would not, again, you're smarter than you think. I would never listen to nobody else. Just because someone had success in something else doesn't mean they can repeat it for you. You just got to stay in your lane and keep going. And if you know you're right and you're good looking, just go for it. I swear to God.
That's it. That's the money shots.
For sure. Again, everything else is just nonsense. Anything it's you have to be in it. You're gonna be, well, if we just get this one sales guy or this marketing person, they're gonna take us to the next level. Nah, they're not gonna do shit. They might move the needle a little bit, but then you realize, holy shit, you could have been doing that. There will be a point where you can get those people, but you have to at least be a practitioner a little bit in all the things before you can actually be like, oh, all I need is a salesperson. It's no one's going to buy from you if you don't give it. If you don't,
you gotta sell first. How well are you selling?
The founders and if you're raising money to do all that stuff, God bless you. I don't know.
I get you. All right. So question number 5, what other top leaders like yourself should be acknowledged and, hop onto the podcast?
I always tell people the first 10 pages of business are written After that, you're kind of on your own. I mean, we're living in an era of $4 or $5 trillion companies and maybe 1 trillionaire. I think everyone's book in business is written at their own kind of pace. After the first 10 pages, pay your taxes, get your license, blah, blah, blah. So other leaders, basically any founder of any company that's been in business for 10 plus years, because they just now, after 10 years, just now figured out what their business is. Now there's other lucky ones along the way. I totally get it. Much respect, whatever. But really, just stay close with your family, keep your box small. And if your friends aren't willing to work as hard as you, you're probably not the best friends you should be hanging out with.
All right. And then so the last one, question number 6, final question. After a win, how do you celebrate?
I'm an idiot, so we celebrate every phase of a deal. So from the verbal to the contract being signed, to it going live, to the deal getting paid, and then getting paid the next month, and the next month, and the next month, and the next month. So yeah, we just, honestly, like my favorite thing to do is go to nice restaurants. So that's basically what
and have like steak, lobster.
Yeah, it's like, again, like some of our deals are super small, so it's like, you're not going to blow the whole deal on a deal, but it's like, again,
like, all right, listen, you get the side dish, the mashed potatoes, you get the asparagus over there.
Yeah, there's the big deals, but again, as a team, I think we're a pretty upbeat kind of company, so we celebrate just kind of like next, let's move on,
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, all right, let's get drunk this time, let's get drunk this time, let's get drunk this time, So.
All right. No, and that was it. So that wraps things up. If people want to get a hold of you, want to hear more about you, want to hear more about your company, how can they best get a hold of you?
You can email mark@devhub.com, MARK. You can go to Instagram at Glider CEO. That's at Glider CEO. Obviously on LinkedIn, just Google Mark, or I guess LinkedIn is just Mark Michael. But if you want to Google it, just Mark Michael Seattle. Everything will pop up.
Cool. All right. Awesome. This has been good. Thanks for hopping on. And thanks for everybody who watched out and checked the Sage Executive Podcast. Until next time.